Hi, hello guys. Here in this video, we are again remaining our topic regarding positional chess, and our topic is about strategic advantages. This is specifically the creation of good squares and improving piece position. So, as usual, before we go to the game proper, I would always introduce to you the players of the game. And the players of this games were Pilnik playing white and Gillier playing black. And who was Pilnik? Herman Pilnik was his true name, was born on January 14. Okay? January 1914. And was a German-born Argentine. And he was also a very strong grandmaster. And in this game, he is playing white. And his opponent was Efim Gillier. He was born on March 1925. He was a Soviet Russian chess grandmaster, and he was also a very strong grandmaster. And so, let us go to the position. Here, black has the move, and he played e4. Okay? So the purpose of this move, no, is just the clearance of the square for his knight here. Okay? So after this, white takes the bishop, check. Then queen takes f6. Then if takes e4. But black continued to play e4. So in this case, white does gain white one pawn. So white has an advantage in one pawn. But if you analyze the position, this bishop is very bad because it is blocked by its own pawn at e4. Okay? And the black knight cannot be dislodged from e5 here. Okay? So, if you analyze the position, this is a battle between minor pieces, the knight and the bishop. Okay? Knight versus bishop. So at e5, this knight cannot be dislodged. And its influence is very, power and influence in the position. So here, after the black post e4, white played rook f2. Before white played at rook f2, no? Possibly white should avail himself of the last opportunity of playing f5, just to give mobility of this bishop. Okay? Knight e5, knight takes e5, then bishop e4. His bishop is not so bad. Okay? So here, he did not push this pawn. Instead, he just play rook f2. So then, Black proceed to post at the E5. This is a very good outpost for the knight. Cannot be easily dislodged there. Okay? So RD F1. Then Q H4. Bishop D1. He is preparing for defense in the future attack of the black. Okay? So, Rook F7. Black prepares for an attack here. Then, QC2. G5. Note how black mobile. Okay? Note how black mobile pawn majority on the king side is more significant than the white extra pawn. Okay? So, white proceed at queen c3. He is pinning this knight with black's king. Okay? So, black continues. Array-fit. Then, h3. Just preparing for defense of this king side. And h5. Bishop e2. It seems that white is just waiting for the onslaught of the black attack. Okay? So now, g4. This is the beginning of the final phase in this game. Then, he takes 4. Rook takes 4. Rook takes 4. Okay? Just sacrifice the rook. Because in the next move, he has a fork and a pawn. Okay? Now, this is the fork. Okay? So, it seems that white has regained his rook again. But, black continues to take this its 3 pawn. Then, okay, gx4. Then, black continues g3. So here, there is no solution anymore. Because there is a threatening mate here. Okay? So, that's the end of the game. And this game illustrates the wonders of the positional chess. Okay? There is no tactics here, but just a positioning of pieces. Here, black succeeded in positioning his piece. Okay? Effectively. So, maybe you gain some knowledge in this game now regarding positional chess. And I hope you enjoyed it. And please follow, like, and share for our Facebook. And I have also a channel in the YouTube. Name It's Pasa Itran. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching.